Comcast, Broadband Residential Installation Specification, BRIS. Bonding and grounding.
A foreign voltage detector, FVD, shall be used to check for voltage before connecting any equipment to the RF or electrical network. No work can proceed if a foreign voltage has been detected. A supervisor must be notified. No network-powered devices shall be part of residential service installations. Network power shall stop at the tap and shall not be present in the drop. Thus the provisions of Article 830 of the National Electrical Code, NEC, 2008 edition as of this printing do not apply. Grounding of all aerial and underground drops for residential service installations shall be done in accordance with the provisions of Article 820 of the National Electrical Code, NEC, 2008 edition. As of this printing, all applicable NEC, National Electrical Safety Code, NESC, and local codes shall be followed when bonding the drop system. Bonding of all aerial and underground drop shall be from the ground block installed at the service distribution point outside the home to the structure's primary power grounding system. All drop cables and hardware used in residential service installations shall meet all the listing requirements of NEC Article 820. Only bonding hardware approved by Comcast Corporate Engineering shall be used. The grounding conductor, that is, ground wire, shall be solid copper and shall be insulated and listed as suitable for this purpose per the requirements of NEC Article 820. The grounding conductor shall be number 12 a WG solid copper for bonding Series 6 drop cable to ensure a current carrying capacity approximately equal to that of the outer conductor of typical Series 6. Tri-shield drop cable. The grounding conductor shall be number 6 a WG solid copper for bonding Series 11 or 320 reals drop cable to ensure a current carrying capacity approximately equal to that of the outer conductor of typical Series 11 or 320 reals drop cable. The grounding conductor shall not exceed number 6 a WG size. The grounding conductor shall be run from the ground block to the grounding electrode in as straight a line as practical per the requirements of NEC Article 820. The length of the grounding conductor or ground wire shall be as short as practical, not to exceed 6.0 meters, 20 feet, in length per the requirements of NEC Article 820. In situations where the grounding conductor would exceed 6.0 meters, 20 feet, in length, a new grounding electrode shall be established. The new grounding electrode must be Broadband Residential Installation Specification, BRIS, bonded to the structure's primary power grounding system with number 6 a WG solid copper per the requirements of NEC Article 820. The ground block and bonding location for the drop shall be installed on the outside of the house or structure, or inside the service box or enclosure attached to the side of the house if one is present, and must be securely attached with 2 screws. The grounding conductor shall be attached first to the structure's primary power grounding system with the appropriate size clips or fasteners. A do not remove tag shall be placed on all grounding conductors at the point of attachment to the primary power grounding system. The drop shall always be bonded and grounded before any customer equipment is connected. A supervisor must be notified if none of the bonding options listed in this standard can be installed, and before completing an installation or connecting any customer equipment to the drop system. An installation cannot proceed prior to proper bonding of the drop. Bonding Option 1A, the drop shall be bonded to the structure's electrical service if a number 6 a WG solid copper stub bonded to the structure's electrical service equipment has been made externally available on the outside of the house or structure. The grounding conductor shall be run from the ground block to the number 6 a WG solid copper stub, and bonded to the stub using the appropriate and approved bonding clamp. Bonding Option 1B, the drop shall be bonded to the structure's grounding bridge if a number 6 a WG solid copper stub bonded to the structure's grounding bridge has been made externally available on the outside of the house or structure. The grounding conductor shall be run from the ground block to the number 6 a WG solid copper stub, and bonded to the stub using the appropriate and approved grounding bridge. Bonding Option 2, the drop shall be bonded to the power company ground conductor, ground wire. The ground wire is typically a bare number 6 a WG solid copper conductor that runs from the main power cabinet to the grounding electrode, ground rod. A parallel or vice type clamp made to connect a number 12 AWG solid copper wire to a number 6 AWG solid copper wire, or similarly approved hardware that will not damage the ground wire, must be used to bond the drop to the power company grounding conductor. Bonding option 3. The drop shall be bonded directly to the power company grounding electrode, ground rod, if the grounding conductor is not accessible. A separate approved ground rod clamp must always be used when attaching to the ground rod. The existing power company ground clamp must never be loosened or disturbed, and the drop grounding conductor must never be attached under the same clamp as the utility power grounding conductor. Bonding option 4. The drop shall be bonded to the grounded metal conduit of the power mast, or the metal conduit between the power meter and the circuit breaker cabinet, using an appropriate and approved bonding strap. Paint, rust and corrosion must be removed from the conduit before attaching a bonding clamp, strap or wire. The metallic composition of the bonding strap and the conduit must match, that is, galvanized bonding strap must be used on galvanized metallic conduit.
Bonding option 5. The drop may be bonded to the metallic meter cabinet using an appropriate and approved clamp. Always check local electrical codes first, as some jurisdictions do not permit this bonding method. The bonding attachment must not be made to the electrical equipment door or other movable components of the metallic meter cabinet. Electrical equipment boxes or cabinets must never be opened for any reason. Always refer the job to a licensed electrician if the ground must be accessed inside an electrical cabinet. Bonding option 6. The drop may be bonded to the grounded interior metal cold water piping system using an appropriate and approved pipe ground clamp. Bonding to metal cold water pipe is acceptable only when the bond can be made within 5 feet of where the metal underground cold water pipe enters the structure, and the metal underground cold water pipe has been in direct contact with the ground for 10 feet or more prior to the point of entrance to the structure. It is never acceptable to bond the drop to the external cold water faucet. A volt-ohm meter, VOM, shall always be used to verify that the interior metal water piping system is properly grounded, i.e. verify a measured resistance of less than 25 ohms. And to verify continuity between the bonding point and the common house ground before implementing bonding option 6. If a water meter is present, number 6 AWG copper wire must be used to jump across the meter. This number 6 AWG ground wire must be bonded to the metal cold water pipe using the appropriate bonding clamps immediately before and immediately after the water meter. The bonding options for mobile homes are presented in order of priority from the most preferable to the least preferable. If the power service equipment is within 9.0 meters 30 feet of the mobile home, drop bonding options and preference must be as described, most preferred option 1, through less preferred option 6. Always refer to local codes. If the tap pedestal location is co-located with the power pedestal and both are within 30 feet of the mobile home, drop bonding to the tap is permissible, least preferred option, and must use number 6 AWG grounding conductor, ground wire. If the power service equipment is more than 9.0 meters 30 feet of the mobile home, bonding the drop to an effectively grounded metal I-beam underneath the mobile home is required. Bonding must be done using number 6 AWG grounding conductor and an approved bonding clamp. Always refer to local codes.